Paul Hawksby and Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. Well, Colin Furze has quite the following on social media.
It's remarkable, isn't it?
11 million people following his antics.
Does he do makeup tips?
Well, he doesn't need to. He just puts engines on stuff and comes up with mad inventions.
Incredible.
And including a toilet that can go 55 mile an hour, fully flushable. A
Yes.
working loo. We just watched it in action. It's the attention to detail is incredible. We're calling this sport. Good afternoon, Colin.
Afternoon, you know we do it.
Yes, it's so good. Yeah, I mean, we're very. I mean, the toilet is a standout for us. I mean, what made you think you would? I mean, the fact it's not just a toilet sort of bowl there sitting on with an engine attached. You've a working loo.
Oh, it's the full room, isn't it? We've got like the gear knob is the bog brush. The newspaper covers up the handlebar, so it just looks like you sat there reading the newspaper. You know, we all like to do a bit of that. Like I said, you can flush the loo from the controls. It's got like air shifters on it, so you've got a little switch on the handlebar, like F1 style. And then the exhaust pipe is the toilet roll stanchion. And if you like proper rev it and it's got a bit of toilet roll on there, it all flares up into the air. It's a masterpiece. One of my finest works.
It is. I mean, this is probably a decent living, isn't it? You've got 11 million subscribers. How long's that taking you to build up?
Oh, 12 years or something now. It's been a while. I was one of the early people on YouTube. I started in 2006. I should probably have more followers, to be fair. But, you know, I'm happy with me 11 mil.
Oh, no, it's pretty good. It's impressive.
So, I mean, yeah, the footage of you doing it is quite impressive as well. I mean, what got you into this in the first place? What made you start, motorising mundane stuff?
Well, I used to be a plumber, which is a lovely job. And then in my spare time, I just started making weird and wonderful things. And obviously back in the day when the internet was in its infancy, as I used to film it sort of thing, document it a little bit. And I started uploading things to YouTube, and then people liked seeing how it was made and the build process. So I kind of started doing that, and then it just come to a point where plumbing got in the way, and then I could stop plumbing and then go full time into being a stupid person that puts engines in things and comes up with all sorts of crazy inventions. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
still.
in life, great.
Toilet with an engine would have been good in your plumbing days to turn up at a job.
Yeah, imagine you'd go turn up and do a quote and you'd pull up actually on a loo and you were doing a bathroom. That would be, I mean, I'd be impressed with that. I'd give you the contract, certainly.
Well, exactly. I always find it a little bit boring when you turn up and people just want a set of taps changing and you don't want fire or anything coming out of them.
The other thing I think is good is whenever you ride on your motorised toilet, you pull your kecks down around your ankles. You don't go the full Monty, no. I see, but it's still, I think it adds to it. It adds to the visual with the trousers around the ankles.
You couldn't really do a standing job because you're back to the front.
Well, it's too dangerous. Yes, very much. It's very much.
I did have a go. Right. I had a go at doing it, leaving it run on the tick over.
Right.
Letting it trundle along, but like you said, it is a bit weird because when it hits a bit of a bump in the road, then kind of stutters. You ended up half laying over your own work sort of thing, which is not the best.
So, what other things have you added?
What about a standing urinal? That'd be quite good.
Well, you're obsessed with toilets, then. Do you want a motor? I'll get you a motorised urinal if Colin will make it. I suppose you could use like what do you call those things when you're going on? Segway. You could have a Segway with the handlebars on the side of the loo. Have we just given you an idea there, Colin? Are you thinking about that or not?
Potentially have, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to film this in a family-friendly manner.
That's true. You need a little GoPro on, but don't obviously look down, whatever you do. Other things that I see you've been on Top Gear, haven't you? Been doing a bit of work with those guys?
Yeah, I just did a James Bond car for them. We've got a Z3 and I put guns, flamethrowers, it had smoke, internal smoke. It had you push the button on the gear knob and you got a Rich Tea biscuit fired at the stereo.
Nice.
Things like that.
That's good.
But yeah, I worked with him before as well and got a Dodgem car to do 100 mile an hour.
That'd be good, yeah.
Engine in it. That was proper ferocious, that thing was.
How quick would that old Ted have to be to jump on the back and start chatting you up? They used to be when I was there, the staple of the Dodgem. A couple of girls in a Dodgem, suddenly a bloke would appear with a sort of a DA, quiff, jump on the back. Hello, girls, you all right? That was the role, wasn't it, of the Dodgem Lothario? Yeah, but you didn't, not 100 mile an hour. Not a great idea. And you've done a bit of Star Wars stuff as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've worked with Disney with Star Wars a few times. We've built a land speeder, which was the latest thing we did, fully out of metal, like properly metal shape, bent it all. We've done a TIE silencer, which is like the new version of a TIE fighter. That was full size. That was massive. That was about 17 metres long. It was a huge great thing. And then we did an AT-80 or an AT-ACT, it was called, which is like one of those big giant robot camels, as Family Guy call them.
Yeah.
Which they wouldn't like me calling them. I was specifically told not to call them that in the video.
Right, okay.
But, like those big like electronic dog things. So we made a huge one there, which was like a kid's playhouse. So like a ladder come down and it went upside, and it was like a bit like a treehouse thing for kids with toys and stuff. So they were all done with eBay and bits and bobs. So everything we tried to buy everything off eBay to construct them. So
well, apart from the Segway urinal that Andy will buy off you, is there anything else you're kind of working on at the moment you can tell us about?
Yeah, I'm just doing some bicycles at the moment. My last project, I did this bicycle of hydraulics, where basically I swapped out all the tubes on a bicycle. I swapped for hydraulic rams, so the whole thing could stretch and change shape. And then there was a lot of people saying, well, why don't you hydraulically drive it? So I'm just messing around to see if I can get like a hydraulically driven bicycle. So I'm messing around with oil and pipes and stuff.
Sounds like a lot of hydraulics.
Yeah, it's
all plumbing, really, isn't it?
It's all play. You're basically still a plumber, but it's more fun.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, well done, Colin. Good to talk to you. And so where we can find you? Is it just under Colin Furze, your YouTube channel?
Yep, Colin Furze, or if you Google it, you'll get all sorts of stuff come up. But it's mainly the YouTube channel.
Yeah, we are. 11 million people can't be wrong. Fantastic.
Excellent.
Cheers, Colin. Thanks very much.
All right. Have a good day.
There we are. It's great. This is it's what the world it's home. Now, there was Colin. He was a jobbing plumber, and now he's a YouTube sensation. He makes his living through doing that. You know,
we all wish for that.
The world has opened up.
Oh, yeah.
Where could you become? I still think
be a YouTube
your Chelsea
sensation.
rants straight after the final whistle when you're at your most rabid. I think
wouldn't get 11 million subscribers.
I'm not so sure. I'm not. I mean, I normally get the brunt of it.
No, it's a bit like Arsenal fan TV, isn't it? People would tune in just to see me suffer.
Melt down. Yeah, of course they would. Yeah, I mean, you could be the new.
Meanwhile, back at the Duke of Kent.
Oh yeah, what's happening? Yeah, what's happening in the Duke of Kent at the moment? I wouldn't drink anywhere else.
I didn't know this, but the Duke of Kent is the patron of the Tank Museum.
Is he?
Yeah, and the only reason he got involved with it is it was a museum dedicated to the tanking of Nick Kyrgios. He thought it was tennis.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm with you now.
Yeah, there you go.
Thomas Tuchel, we've been told, they still use this phrase, don't they? He said he's been handed a war chest. He will be handed a war chest. No, he won't.
Paul War chest. I don't think he will.
It's not Pirates of the Caribbean.
First of all, they're going to have to sell a few players.
But wouldn't it be great if they marched over to him with a massive chest and you all bought all your players in doubloons?
Paul Hawksby and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.